Okay.
And I'm coming back.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Judy got home.
Oh, Judy got
כבר
home.
מכבה את זה, אני כבר מכבה את זה, תרגעת.
Okay, I'm on my.
So,
That's it?
All right, I'm getting rid of my
It
dog
is.
and my pillow. It's too
a
hot.
nice cup of tea or coffee. There's 41 people.
I'm taping the thing about the teachers.
33, and I'm going to mute everyone because I can. Oh man, do I miss that mute button in the classroom?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Oh, Sharon, are you in your pajamas?
Hope you're in your pajamas. Tracy, hope you're in your pajamas. Vera, we're in our pajamas because this is tech help in the middle of the night. Okay, so Judy, do you want to open? Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to welcome everyone. This has to be absolutely the best session we've ever done. I'm so glad that you're here. This is the session that teaches you how to answer all of the questions that you ask us, how to answer them by yourself. And then Adele and Melissa and Hayley and I and the rest of the staff, we can take a week off.
Yay.
So we're not actually going to take a week off because we'll miss you. But at least in the middle of the night when you have questions, you won't go, oh, I wish Adele was here. Okay, because she'll be sleeping in the middle of the night where you should be. So Goyle, it's a Wednesday night. Go, go, go.
Okay. So here we are in the middle of the night, and instead of giving you dinner, a fish dinner, Hayley and I are here to teach you how to fish. Because all of these sessions that we've been having have been about feeding you, and now we want you to be able to feed yourselves. So, since I was super lazy, which means is like lazy in a cape, instead of working so hard this evening and talking to you about how to do this, I spent hours and hours and hours making a movie that I'm going to show you for 5 minutes. So I'm going to be sure that I'm sharing my sound. Thank you. Okay, so here we go. In order to improve, you know, you don't really need us in order to improve your digital skills. You can do that any time of the day or night, at home, in front of your computer, with your bunny slippers. I'm going to show you how. See, I want to find a way to enable my students to edit a Google form after they've already submitted the grade, so that they'll be able to continually fill it out during the week. Let's see, I'm going to go into Google. Let's see what I get. So first of all, if you want to look specifically for videos, click on videos. And then I'm going to look for people that I know, creators that I know make tutorials that are good. I'll also look for length. First of all, I'll check out something that's short and to the point, because this isn't something that really should be taking a lot of work. It's also important, especially when you're doing stuff digitally, to look for things that are the most recent. So if I have something here that was made in 2015, I'm not sure that that's really going to answer my needs, because I know that Google Form has changed. That was 5 years ago. When searching on YouTube, take advantage of the filters too. So I'm going to go into, this is from 2018, it's 2015, 2017. I'm going to go into here.
you need to have someone edit a form after they've already submitted it?
Yes, I do. So I'm going to go listen to them and find out. For this session, though, I don't need to look for anything because Judy already gave it to me. So I'm just going to go into here and show you how I learn by splitting my screen and having one next to the other and following along. Before you start working with a split screen, you want to set up your settings on the computer. You go to Settings, System, Multitasking. Be sure that these are turned on. Once the system is set up like that, you can open up your browser and take two tabs and separate them into two smaller windows. So I have a window on the right, a window on the left, two separate tabs. I can work on YouTube right next to my slides. I always like to give my students choice. And one of the great things that I learned last week from one of Judy's videos is about the choice board. I've never made a choice board before, so I want to learn how to do it. In order to learn how to do it, I go onto the internet, find a tutorial, and do it. I want to show you how I learn things from tutorials on the internet. So here's my tutorial, and I'm going to open up a new tab. And I know that for this tutorial, I'm going to have to use Google Drive and new slides. I've already seen the start of the tutorial and I'm opening up a new slide, a blank presentation. So let's go.
I will explain how to design a template where you can customize clothes out of this. And we're going to start out by changing the layout to blank. I'm going to insert
So that's it. It took me 23 minutes to make this choice board, and I'm going to go watch your other video, but now you see how you can learn how to do something at any time at all just by opening up a YouTube that teaches a YouTube tutorial like hers or like one of mine. Open up a second window at the side by dragging it aside and following step by step, stopping when you want to. It's so much easier than even watching when I'm trying to teach it live in a Zoom, because here you could go at your own pace, at your own time, and make your own learning happen. So, Hayley, open your mic and take it away, because, do you want to share your screen or use mine?
No, use yours.
Okay,
Maybe I'll share mine afterwards once we've got questions. So we did some of the work for you guys, and we thought that it would be fun to spend the day going through YouTube videos and thinking about all the tools we've been using recently and put them into a chart for you. Can you open it for me, please? So if you go into Read All You Need, where there is absolutely everything that you have ever needed, on the page that says Tech Help in the middle of the dark, there you are in the middle of the night with your cute little teddy bear and your computer. And further down the page, you have this chart, which you can open. It has literally a list of, I think, pretty much every single tool we've used in the last couple of months. I tried to even add some extras that we haven't really discussed, but absolutely everything that we have discussed. There's a little tiny blurb about what it means, what it is, what it does, I suppose. Lots of the YouTube videos are Adele's. All the blue links is a link of a how-to something. So in front of my eyes at the moment, I see Quizlet and Wiser.me, and each one is a how to use Quizlet, or a how to play Quizlet live, or how to, they're moving fast, how to make your first Voki, which is a speaking voice character, how to use Screencast-O-Matic. And what we'll do is, as time goes on, we'll add more and more and more. We're actually going to ask all of you and the rest of the reteachers to share with us. If you look at the blue line at the very top, oh, it's just gone. Where did it just go? Can I have it back, please? There is a form for you. If you click here on the blue form line at the top that says, do you have any fantastic tutorials to share? It opens magically in this Google form that you can share with us the links to any YouTube videos that you found, that you've used over the last few months, to share the wonderful tools that you've been using. So at the moment, let's just to recap. Okay, we've given you, do you want to go back to the list, please? We've given you this list, okay, of many, 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 many YouTube video clips of how to use a drive, how to share a folder. You can share these with your students. These are perfect to use with your students that are also making Quizlets, or how they should share their folders with you when they're working in their drives. And I want to just take a step back, though, if that's okay with you, and see how we can just be sure that everybody knows how to share their screen to be able to do it. If you want to just
So I'm going to stop sharing.
Yeah, stop sharing so we can see everybody. That's much nicer. So the idea is to do things twofold, the two things at the same time. That on your computer screen, because we normal people only have one computer screen, unlike our goddess Adele, who has a room full of computer screens. She claims there's only two there, but I bet there's more. She's gonna choke on a drink. Sorry, Adele. We all only have one computer screen, and it's really convenient on the one side of the screen if you are watching a YouTube video on how to build a Wiser.me, and on the other side you're actually doing it step by step rather than having to go backwards and forwards between two different windows. So first step is to make sure that your settings are right in your computer. You need to go into where your settings are on your computer. If you're not sure how to do that, that's where you have those 4 little squares. Just click on where you have your 4 little squares. And then
icon.
We can't see. Are you showing us something?
No, I'm not going to show you because I don't think it will even show up.
No, that's why I made a video of it, because it doesn't show up on Zoom.
When we share our screens. It's like lower than that level. But where you have the 4 little cubes of the windows, okay, you click on that, and then you see the settings. Up pops a little list, okay, and one of them is settings. If you go into settings, then you choose systems. Okay, once you've clicked into systems, choose multitasking. And then once you get at multitasking, there's a list of questions that it asks you. What do you want switched on? Just switch them all on, okay? There's about 4 or 5 different options. I can't remember offhand what they ask you. Just make sure that they're all clicked green, that they're all across open, okay? Once you've done that, you can just close that, and then you're good to go to be able to share your 2 windows. Okay, now I have to say, when I know people have tried to do it in the past and got themselves in a bit of a muddle when they're trying to share 2 tabs in the same window. You've got to remember that way it works for me. I don't know, maybe Adele does it differently, but the way it works for me is
Are you going to share your screen and show it again for those who didn't catch up?
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Because I'll tell you what we're going to want you to do in a minute is to actually try it yourself. So Hayley's going to show you again how to do that, and then we're going to give you a few minutes to minimize your Zoom and try it. And then if you have any problems and everything, we're here because we're your tech help in the middle of the night for now. But afterwards, we're going to sleep.
Well, it's not quite the middle of the night, so they've got a little bit more time with us. So if you look at my screen now, that's a window. Okay, there's different tabs here, and that's one window. Okay, now if I
Hayley, can you
try,
just tell us what you're showing us again? People are asking. What
I'm
is it you're
showing
going
you,
to want us to do?
I'm going to show you how to split your screen so that you can have two different ideas open at the same time.
Two windows open at
yeah,
the
but I'm
same
not
time.
sure that people understand what I mean by windows. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I can have on my screen open on one half. I'll show you in a second. One half of my screen, I can have a YouTube video showing me how to do something. And on the other half of the screen, I'm physically doing it. I'm going to do this together with everybody. Okay. So this is my one window. Okay, and can you see at the top, can somebody just say, Robin, you're in front of my face, so you're going to just nod your head, please. You can see, can you see my tabs at the top?
Yes, we see them. Yes.
My tabs at the top. Oh, okay, great. So I want a video. I've already opened it. Okay, I've opened a video already, which happens to be Rania's, which came off of our list. In fact, I'm going to actually take you all a step back. I'm going to go a step back just to be sure. This is the list that we opened for you. Okay, 1 second. All right, and I can just click on any one of these blue links. Okay, I'm not going to do it now because it's a bit slow to my computer, but you can click on any one of these links and it will take you directly to this video. For example, in Google Sheets, I want to know how to add checkboxes to my Google Sheets, which is an amazing thing to do when you're working out whose hand did what work in, by the way. You would just click here and it would show you how to do it. I've already opened a video just to make sure one really did open on my slow computer. And this is a Rania video on how to create or use a QR code. Okay, so we've used QR codes quite a few times in the last few weeks. And I want to do it at the same time. I want to physically create a QR code. So I am going to open this. What I have open here is one window. I have a few other different tabs open on that window. I am going to, I would have start listening. I'm sorry, I've got too many things here. I can't see it. See, this is listening to Rania.
Hello everyone. Many teachers have asked me about how to create QR codes and how to use them in your class. In this video, I'm going to show you a quick tutorial of how to create QR codes and how to use them in your classroom. I decided to use this site. It's called theqrcodegenerator.com. I'm going to share the link of this site with you in the description section below this video.
So if you can see my screen, there's a description section below the video, and that's very useful. Here she's added literally the link. So I'm going to open this link. Okay, I want to use, okay, and I'll pop, this is a tool that helps me make QR codes. This is a QR code. We've all been using them recently, or we've seen them around. So I'm going to take this tab. You see this tab? I'm just dragging it with my mouse. Whoops, and I'm going to put it into another window. Okay, you can see it's here in another window. Okay, I'm going to now take my other tab that I had before I'm just hovering my mouse over my little Chrome circle at the bottom of my computer. And I can see here, this is the video that I had from Rania. Okay, I'm going to drag it. It's going to let me. Here it's not going to let me. 1 second. I'm going to drag it back up. And I'm going to move this one. Can you see I've got two windows here moving around now? Whoops, 1 second. I've just lost them both there. That's not very clever. 1 second. 1 second. Let me just open it again. It's just jumped. Where's the other one gone? Of course. 1 second. I've lost the other one. And I'm going to move one to here. So I've got one here. Whoops, the other one's gone behind. And this is the other one. I can play with the size of it. It's gone teeny weeny tiny in the corner here. I can click on it just at the bottom and drag it down to make it a little larger. And I can make it a little narrower if I click along the side of it. And I can scroll back up to keep hearing Rania. So let's go back to listen to what Rania is telling me to do. Sorry about that. Okay, Rania has told me that I can find a URL. I can click here. This is me here trying to make a QR code, and this is me listening to Rania. So one side of my screen is one and one side of my screen is the other. So Rania is telling me I can find any URL code. So I can click here. I can add a URL if I want my students to be watching a movie. I can find the URL of the movie and I can put it into here. Or if I want to add a link to a work page or to a Google site or anything, I can add it in here. Okay, and then I go back and listen to Rania again for her to tell me how to go on to the next stage to save. Okay, so just to show you again, I would open the video in one window. In the other window, I would have me working on the tool itself, and slowly backwards and forwards, a little more successfully than I just showed you because it kept jumping. Listen to the video, work on the next stage, go back to listen to the next part on the video, move back on to the next stage. Okay, let's stop and ask if there's any questions.
Okay, so a few people said they can't find their settings to allow multitasking. Can you show that on the screen?
I will try and show that on my screen. You might find that your computer is already set up that way. Okay, you may not even need to change anything. Let's have a look. Okay, tell me if you can see this.
Yeah, we can see the Windows squares.
Okay, can you see what's popped up now?
So I just want to mention something. I tried doing this with one of my colleagues today. If your computer is, the interface is in Hebrew, it could be it is probably on the right side, that little window. So it's either on the left bottom corner or the right bottom corner.
You're looking at the very bottom where it's dark gray or black, where you've got little icons below the blue screen that you see of mine here. And you're looking for 4 little squares, and it's usually the very last icon. Now, if I open mine now, can you see that or not?
Yeah, we can see it.
So you can see here. So yeah. I want to go here. Okay. So along here, okay, this one here says settings. You can see the word settings has popped up on mine. So you're going to click settings. I suggest you do it with me at the same time. Okay. After settings, I have here in English systems. I'm not sure what it would be in Hebrew, but it says display sound notification. So it's the one that's talking about, has a little picture of a computer. I would click on here. And now, can you see my blue list down the side? Yes?
Yep.
No?
Yes,
yep.
yes.
So I'm looking for here, I have multitasking. If yours is written in Hebrew, it looks like a picture of different squares, half open, closed.
That's okay, we can see.
So I'm clicking on it, and this is what I'm saying. It says snap, multitasking, snap, and I've just got them all switched on. Okay, that's all you need to do. Okay, you don't need to go down and look at anything else. You don't need to save it. It does it automatically. And you just go back out of the settings at the top. There's an arrow backwards. Okay, and then you can just, there's a little X at the top corner to close. And you're
okay,
back.
I suggest you just open your Google browser and just take out one tab and make it into 2 windows. Don't actually do it with them talking, because I think they got it. That you listen and you stop and you work and you go back. Just show them how to split the screen.
Okay. I'm just moving that other little thing around. Okay, so I have here open, let me just close some of my out of the windows because I have a lot of windows open. 1 second. Okay, so at the moment now I just have one window open. Okay, it says Wiser.me worksheets. I'm going to open another window. I'm just going to put YouTube in it. I'm not going to open it.
Don't put anything in it. Just drag it out.
Don't put anything in it. Sorry, don't put anything in it.
It doesn't matter. Just drag it out.
Just drag.
No,
I need to put
something
in it.
Okay.
I need a window.
Yeah, now drag it out.
I'm dragging it with, I've got my finger on my mouse. Now, I use a real mouse. I can't do this with that finger in the middle of the screen, in the middle of the keyboard. I'm just holding onto my mouse and I'm pulling it I'm pulling a whole window to another page.
And then you have to minimize them, not minimize totally the 2 squares. Yeah. No, 2 squares.
See these 2 squares here? One. Okay, and I've got one side by side, the other. So now I can see here on this one here.
No,
like,
Hayley,
yeah.
pull the Google window over to the right and do the same thing with the other slide. Put it on the 2 boxes. Click on the 2 boxes. Move that to the right. Click on the 2 boxes. There you go. Now put them one next to another and you've got it.
Oh, I never do that. I just have the one larger than the other. Learn something new from Adele every single day. Thank you, my darling.
If you have one larger than another, then it keeps talking back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I always have. And I
drag
just
it down
again.
Drag both windows down so they grab the bottom part of the window, drag it down. There you go. Go to the other one, drag it down.
1 second, it's not dragging. It's
because you're clicking it. They're hyperlinking.
Catching on something else.
There you go. You got it. You got it. Pull it down. Oh, good.
Okay.
Now you've got 2 windows next to each other. What I'd like everybody to do, don't futz around with the settings now, because it could be that they're already set that way. Minimize. Do not get out of the Zoom. Minimize the Zoom and open 2 browser windows and try and do that. You've got, I'm setting my timer for 3 minutes. When you finish, open up the Zoom again and write in the chat button, I did it. In the chat, you know what I mean. In the comments. Three minutes, go.
Yeah, Annette's done it. Shelva's done it. Cindy's done it. Robin's done it.
Wait a minute, who did it first? Who did it first? Robin! Robin, you took the prize. Good job.
I think Anne got it first.
Oh, Idan, what about Mac users? Is it different for Mac? I don't have Mac.
Don't have a Mac. But I would have thought
Dina did it, and Dina did it, and Orit. And Cindy, oh dear. Well, one of you Mac users will have to figure it out and give us a session for Mac users. Oh, here, Cindy says Mac is the same. How do we get
out of the shared screen? Just click on it to make it large. See where the square is at the top of my screen here?
No, I think she means something else.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, Shalhevet? Do you mean how do you get out of the Zoom? Minimize it. Click the little line that will minimize.
She's saying how do we get out of the shared screen? Oh, of the Zoom?
Exit full screen?
Yeah. Of the Zoom, there's a little minus on the side. Just press the minus. Like this little minus here, you should just click that and it'll make it.
Or exit full screen and then you can minimize it.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Okay, Gila, so you're already set. I close the second window. Will it go back where, Gila?
Will it go back to all the other, to the main one I had open? I now have 3 open. I pulled out 2. Now I have 3.
So you can drag them and put them back together. Haley, why don't you show them how to drag them and put them back together?
Here we go.
When I drag it,
drag the tab.
Happens. Which tab?
Here we go, and maximize it. And boom, back to the beginning. Tali did it, yay. Okay, is there anybody who was not able to manage?
I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so we can see each other.
Could you put it back again? I didn't manage to do that.
Okay, I'm going back. What would you like me to show you?
What didn't you manage to do, Gila?
To put it back into the main one, to merge them back together again.
Okay, I'm taking one here. Whoops, moving the other one across. Here they're separate. Can you see that? Yeah?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Okay, so to drag it back, I'm just gonna pull on the here on the tab, put it back into the other one, and by magic, it's there. It's still small. Now I'm going to enlarge it so it's back to the full size of the screen.
Okay, 3 minutes is up. Nati did it. Okay. Tom, why couldn't you do it? Are you on the Mac? Are you the Mac guy? Tom?
Yes. I don't know. I tried and.
Are you Mac?
What does it mean?
Do you have Macintosh or Microsoft Windows?
Microsoft Windows.
Okay. And you weren't able to do it? Maybe your settings need to be set for it then.
I guess. I have paid attention that there is an explanation about multitasking of Windows 10, so I will figure it out later.
So hang on, I'm showing you again my screen.
Okay.
Which is, again, the part about, I think this is the part about the settings. Can
okay.
You see my screen? Yeah. Working with a split screen. You want to set up your settings on the computer. You go to settings. Okay, you see the settings?
Yes.
And this is how you do it when you're learning. You just stop and go and move back and forth. System, multitasking.
Yes.
Be sure that these are turned on. Once the system is set up like that. Okay, that's it. That's how you do it.
Yes, I don't have these free options exactly.
You have Windows 10?
Yes, but the problem is it in this is in Hebrew, so maybe
I'm sure they have it. It's just called something else. It's called multitasking.
No, I know, ריבוי משימות, but
oh, Yofi. Okay, ריבוי משימות. You don't have that there?
I have, but I don't know. I'm okay, trying. Well, I press. Okay,
Okay, you have to play around with it. Like you saw, Hayley has done this a lot, and yet it was fiddly. You have to play around with it a little bit. She'll have it also.
Sure.
Play around with it after the session, and
yes.
You can watch my tutorial again.
Yes.
And but so we said I promised that we would show again.
Okay.
How to get to the list. So now this list is a list that Hayley and I started building. We spent a few hours the other day and put together the list. It is, you can, first of all, you can find it here in the slides that I'm going to be sending you. Afterwards, when you fill out the bit.ly, yep, I was there form, which is now in the chat. So you'll be able to click to it and get it from here. But aside from that, you should all have the Read All You Need page. Sorry, the Read All You Need site. You should all have that in your favorites. And on the Read All You Need homepage is Tech Help. In the Tech Help in the middle of the night, we have embedded this Google Doc. And you can use it from within here. I can click on it this way, or I can open it up. That's what an embedded Google Doc looks like when it's in a Google site. And they're all here. And if you have a tutorial that you have used and loved, please be sure to fill out this form and share it with us so that we could share it with everybody else on this list. Okay, so sure. Unless there are any other questions, go fish. I'm done. Good night, everybody. I'm going to sleep.
I'm just going to check the questions.
Okay.
I can't see any. There's nothing here. There are no more questions. I think.
Okay, so if anybody has, oh, look at this. Robin is teaching somebody else how to do it. Amazing. That shows there's no better way to learn than by teaching somebody else. Well done, Robin.
Okay, it is something that's fiddly. It really is. You have to, it's a lot about your fingers on the mouse control and just dragging it slowly and playing around with it. once you've done it once or twice, it sort of just flies into place. Okay, so it's a game. Just imagine it's a game and play around with it.
Okay.
Robin has a question. Oh, it just jumped 1 second. Let me just
How to
read it
organize
again.
materials. I don't understand what you mean about organizing materials.
Oh, that was the session that you did together the other night with Molly, and she missed that class. So the question is, I think it is, are we going to do that again?
We will see. I don't know. It's up to Judy. It's up to the boss. Read All You Need site. I will share that site with you.
Could you just give us a hint where to look, like what site I should go into to store material?
Oh,
I mean,
well done.
like all the Google Forms and things that I've produced are like all over, just if you have any ideas.
So Drive, you have to have it organized in Drive, but this was more about, the session that we gave was about keeping track of your students' work.
Yeah.
Not the work that you made.
Yes. If you could just maybe send a link to something, just, I'm really.
It doesn't.
Can I just suggest, if you want to know, Robin, you're talking about how to organize your own work, or everything that you've prepared,
and the students.
And the students.
And the students' replies.
I would do a Google search and say how to organize my Google Drive. And I would even say how to organize my students' work in my Google Drive.
How to create a Google site.
Or you could do it and to make a Google site itself with all of your materials that you've created. That's another option.
I have a few there's a few tutorials.
Did you show your YouTube channel, Adele?
No.
Could you do that, please?
I could.
You don't just have to put things for Google in Google. You can put a link to Wiser Me in Google, in a Google Drive, in a Google Slide, in a Google anything. Okay, so it doesn't have to be something for Google if you want to put it in a Google site. A Google site is a place to organize your information. Like we've organized all of our read things in a Google site. A lot of them are not Google things. Adele, show them. This is Adele's YouTube channel. Adele?
Yeah, I am showing. Do you
Okay, good.
See it? Okay, so here are the
now I can see it, yeah.
Videos and playlists. We've more or less picked out the stuff that's relevant, but you're more than welcome to subscribe.
Subscribe just down here.
Yeah, down here.
Just down here.
Anytime, I have to have a sign that says, please subscribe. Pick it up. Yeah. Then anytime I make a new movie, you're notified of the video. So there's the Acing the Bands things that are in playlists, and here's the tech help in the middle of the night that I just made the other day for this session, and all this other stuff, which is basically cataloged for you in here too. So use the stuff that we made. Is there a subscription fee? Oh, Tova. You can
you win.
I can give you my bank account, number if you want to.
On your phone.
Subscribing to any YouTube is free. And I would love to have you on board, Tova. So come join me and be.
Tova wins for the Good Question Award this evening.
Be subscriber number 857, Tova. Love to have you.
I was one. Wasn't I subscriber number 1?
I don't think so.
I do think so, actually.
Maybe because I was showing it. So. Maybe because I was showing it to you while I was building it.
And I think so.
Okay, so I hope this has helped you guys. And it's been lovely hosting you in my house in my Jim Jams with my wabbit. And if you have any more questions, you're welcome to open up the mic and ask them.